So what we got here? Electrodeless temperature controlled solder pot. Yeah. Looks to be in Chinglish to clean this product with ethyl alcohol or thinner. Should say use or something. Alright, input voltage AC 110 60 Hertz. Well, I think I can figure it out. The reason why I picked this up, besides it being deeper, is the price. I got it for exactly $15.99, including shipping. So pretty cheap. Matter of fact, the solder that I bought to use in it cost more. I got this vintage. It was listed as vintage, and it does look old. 6040, 1 pound and 6.6 ounces. And I verified it myself, and it weighed exactly that, just like the seller said. $16.29. So the actual solder costs more than the solder pot. So, well, I'm going to open it up real quick and check it out. So there was just 4 screws on the bottom. It's very simple to take apart. Just like other YouTubers' reviews of similar ones, not the exact model, I see an issue already. The ground wire is yellow here, and it's screwed onto this metal. But the problem is they didn't scratch away the paint. With my little homemade continuity tester here, you know, the probes touch and the light comes on, and you can see this metal, nothing. If I touch the probes together, it's on. If I touch 2 spots on the metal, nothing. That paint is definitely not conductive. So the ground leg on the plug here, go into the screw, it's no problem. But go into the metal case, nothing. So it's effectively not grounded until I take that screw off and rub off the paint, put it back on. So there's one issue to solve already. And this is extremely simple. The circuit board is nothing to it. I mean, it's the potentiometer, 2 capacitors, a coil, a transistor or MOSFET, something like that. And yeah, the switch. So I'm going to investigate a little farther. Getting to the circuit board was extremely simple. It was just a set screw in the knob, and then one little nut holding it on, holding the potentiometer on. And that was the only thing holding the whole circuit board in. But upon further inspection of all the traces, everything does seem to be wired up properly. And it is fused, so I was glad to see that. I can't say I've ever seen a little fuse case quite like that, but it's got a fuse in it. So besides fixing that little issue with the grounding, I'm going to test this thing out here in a second. Got everything put back together. Now I'm going to slowly bring it up on the variac and see what the estimated current draw is. So here it goes. Well, let's see. Looking at it upside down, unfortunately. .8 watts at 120 volts. Oh man, this thing makes a horrible sound. 81 volts. Alright, much better. So it's definitely expecting at least around 120 volts. At 115 volts and the temperature wide open, 204 watts. I can see it's smoking already. There's nothing in it, it's just initial smoking. I hope it's nothing bad. Doesn't smell like burnt wires or anything. 115 volts, and a Variac might not be the most accurate, but it's about pointing it around the 112 mark, I would say. If I turn it down, the voltage on the display goes down. If I turn it up, it also goes down. Well, yeah. I don't know. That smoke smell don't seem good. It's a good thing about eBay though, that's where I got it off of, is they're good about giving you money back if something's wrong. Well, this is probably going to take, if I go by what the paper says, 8 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it right here. It's now just a few minutes later. If I had to guess, it probably is about 8 minutes later. And this is what's left of my solder bar. Whoa, that's still hot. Yeah, that's what's left of it. You know, it was like this long, and now it's like this. So you're definitely going to want a pound of solder, at least, with this. This was a pound, 6.6 ounces, $16.29, and that was including the shipping. But yeah, I mean, it got all the way almost to the very tip top. It got too hot to handle, which suddenly it feels even hotter now. But yeah, I'm going to have to use some pliers to put any more in there, but it's up high, very high enough now anyway. And it's looking at 114 volts being 200 watts with the the dial maxed out. So, but if it can keep solder melted all the way to the top, pretty much, I would say, I could go weigh this, but I'd say a pound of solder and keep it melted. This is not lead-free solder, by the way, you know, so I guess the lead-free solder would take even more heat. But it seems to be doing the job. So now I'm just going to do a few tests, like see how long, go ahead and turn it off, see how long it takes to get, after it solidifies, you know, how long it takes to get all of that back melted again, and just give me a general time limit. That way I know when to turn it on, set a timer with Google Assistant when it should be ready, just things like that for the future. And yeah,